Welcome one and all. My name is Hunter, and today we're playing a rather interesting game, or at least interesting for me, The First Tree. So, it's been a while since this game came out, and I kind of just stumbled upon it recently. And it's kind of different from the games that I usually play. I play shooters and stuff, so it's very positively acclaimed, so let's see what it's all about. I like the atmosphere so far. Oh, we're a fox.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. Usually get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know, it seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes, I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
Damn, that is. I don't want to say that gave me goosebumps, but something similar. Wow, so this is. It's really bizarre for me. I'm so used to, games with shooting and stuff. Such a story. Or I don't know what to call it. It's not story heavy, it's visual heavy. I just love it from the get go. And yeah, what are we looking for? What, we can double jump? Oh boy, that fox is OP. Okay, time to break the game. Hell yeah, baby. Can we climb? Can we climb some crazy shit? Let me think. Okay, let me not fuck the game up. The double jump looks so dope on the fox. What are these trees? Nothing. I'm so used to survival games too. I'm like, okay, time to collect berries. Are those berry bushes? But the atmosphere is there. I like the style. It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look like the best graphics either. It's just pleasant to look at. Simple yet pleasant. So beautiful. All of a sudden I had footprints. Oh. I hope I'm not gonna be hunted down or some shit. Oh, what is that? What? Is that a dead fox, baby? Did I lose my kids? Okay, how do I... Okay, and there's nothing to say about it? Well, okay. Oh, wait, what?
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
So I'll assume that is...
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other two children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. something with answers.
Man, that sets the tone so differently. I expected this to be some happy shit. I don't know, first tree, you know?
The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
Damn. The music. I also don't want to miss like if there's some secret or something, but at the same time, every time I detour from the path, I feel like I'm doing this game some bad thing. Look at all these lights. Is that all the... Wow. There's no surprise that this game is, you know, liked by so many people, I suppose. And I really generally like, you know, forests and the looks of the snow. Oh, there's something there. I'm gonna go off the beaten path for a second. Okay, there's a big light there too, so I'm gonna... Oh, can I hunt? Yep, I got an achievement for it. What is this supposed to be? Hello? I guess that was one way to slide. Man. The music is so good. I just love this whole experience so far. Oh, what is that?
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it once, when I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me, so I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friend had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
You know, it's just it's hard to say anything, but I kind of paint a not, let's say, traumatic experience picture, but damn, even having a dream of a fox losing her kids is already a thing. No surprise if you had such a oppressed childhood, you might have such thoughts. I don't know. I mean, I can't relate. Hello, Sparkies. What do I do with these things, though? At this point, I'm thinking, have I lost my path already? Oh, what is that? Damn, that is... No interaction here. I forgot I can do that. Hello? Okay, I will presume that there is no interactions with this whatsoever. Damn, we are one agile fox. What the I thought I got stuck for a moment. Oh, I see that light. Let's go check it out. But I just can't stop, you know, this snowy look is something that I love very much. Oh, and the sun is up. Yeah. Summer is good and all, but for me nothing beats the snowy look. Is that a tank?
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. But after that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank and tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I'd pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
Damn. Okay, this is going to be a roller coaster ride of emotions that I wasn't prepared for. Hello, Denki. Can I get in somehow? Yes, no. Can Fox shoot? Apparently not. Yeah, it's always that thing, you know, when I start this story, while it's not fully relatable, as I said, at least so far, the thing is, really, parents do care about you so much. They always try to make something that will make you happy. Yeah, it can be cringe sometimes. Sometimes the others might find it funny. Just like here the guy said, oh, he carves me toys, but you know, they're not cool or not perceived as cool. While in reality, what is the actual beauty behind those toys is the fact that, you know, they try for you. And I feel like, you know, that's what matters the most. Generally, don't think about, oh, it's something that is whack or I don't know. What matters if people put care into it, you know? And generally, I can see how many people can have that issue where they don't realize that their parents actually tried, you know, until they grow up, because they think it's cringe or something like that. Hello? Did somebody stay in here? Is that a human shelter? Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes you really don't realize certain things when you're young, when you're growing up, only to notice them once you're old enough, or once you start experiencing or doing similar things. Which I can proudly imagine, you know, realizing that all these years you kind of neglected some love that was given to you or some care. damn, I don't want to go into super sad mode right now, but shit. That has to be very bad realizing that.
The older I got, the more I withdrew. I asked myself, why talk to anybody anyway? Why bother when I'm happy by myself? I started drawing a lot, mostly animals I saw in the woods by my home. I then imagined designing my own hideouts with things like TVs and pantries full of chips and cookies. I think that idea of leaving home and drawing blueprints started my career. I found a lot of solace in that.
I'm not surprised, but I did the same thing, you know? There's something special about having a place to call your own.
And now look at us. Well, if you count renting in an overpriced city.
It's as close as we can get for now.
So that was his hideout in the woods. But to that last part now, I can totally understand and relate. The fact, you know, that you just kind of make your own place, decide to be on your own because you're happy on your own. You don't want to deal with people, especially in, you know, again, in your youth when you're kids, you don't know any better. Then you can feel like you're not part of the things. You can feel like, hey, why talk to these people when I can just create my own thing? And if you can be happy by yourself, that means a lot to you, especially in those times. Is that a car? Oh no, it's another military vehicle. Wow. That is one hell of a forest. With all the tanks and military vehicle, whatever happened here, man. What a nice dream. Let's get that thing that we kind of went past this whole time. Whee! There we go.
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
I guess that was actually the first piece to take, but I like how at least it doesn't still break the story. Yeah. You know, at these times you really can't find words to describe what you're feeling. Empathy. Am I feeling sad already? Remorse for something? It's really hard to put your finger on it and say, okay, this is what I feel. It's just something that you experience, I suppose. But we detoured. Where are the kids of this fox? Oh. I hope he took everything. Damn. The greens look so good. I thought it was way closer than I expected.
My teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble. I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom, so I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all, put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages, break windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
Okay, so apparently you have to double jump right away. And you can't jump and then double. What the fuck? But that other piece is also a little relatable as well. You know, not being popular, but at the same time not being totally like this unpopular idiot that nobody talks to. I also had this freedom. Let's call it freedom though, because that's the thing. You can do whatever you want and you don't think about how the people will react or what they will think at this point, because you know that you're not gonna have a place in that higher people, you know, with the higher people, with the cool kids. You're just yourself, nothing more. You kind of accept it and you start doing, you know, he said he was doing all this crazy shit, you know, tricks. What? Butterflies? They grant me another jump? Is that what I'm supposed to understand from this? What I'm supposed to understand from this? I'll suppose so. So as I was saying, the thing is that I didn't do crazy pranks. I was more of an inside person than outside. And perhaps, you know, that made me more creative. Okay, before I go down there, I want to make sure that I pick everything up in here. So that loneliness, let's say, made me more creative because I was thinking of more ways to entertain myself, you know. Everybody around me had, you know, these meetings, people were hanging out, people were, I don't know, going outside, going to movies, all that stuff, while I was just doing none of them. Oh. Okay. Thank you, butterflies. Very cool. I'll take you with me. See, I don't want to portray it as something bad or whoa, that life sucked, you know. I kind of got away with it. Some people will say, okay, being that way, being a little lonely and, you know, doing your own thing might be troubling in terms of you're not socializing that much and you might feel like an outcast. But for me, it wasn't like that. It was at first. I was, you know, not very happy about anything. But then I just figured my way around it. I accepted it as the way it is and I kind of moved on with it. Perhaps it was one of the biggest lessons I learned in my life. I don't know, but I always wonder, what if it was different? What if I did something different?
He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they'd come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us send a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely a problematic, let's say. I never had the chance to do anything crazy like that. Kind of was ashamed if I did, let's say. I don't want to go up there because I feel like the level might end. So I'm just gonna go climb that path. And let's see what's there. Damn, this game is way more emotional than I thought it would be, with all honesty. I have no clue. I don't need butterflies, man. Look at me. Look at me go. I wish I saw crazy dreams like this. Let's just make sure that there is nothing on that path that we just totally skipped. It seems like there's nothing. Oh, I think that's the old busted truck. Oh, that is way too high. Okay. Hello? Thank you. I'm gonna get back for that one later. I'm generally not good at platforming, so if I start sucking at some point, just don't be furious at me, please. I didn't play that many platforming games in my life.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I had proved the ultimate point. But my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough, it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, make this right to himself, more than to me.
Damn. I'm gonna get on top of that car, by the way, just to make sure there's nothing that I'm missing. One hell of a dream this guy has, though. A little sidetrack, but... Oh, come on. No butterflies, no. How am I gonna climb this thing? Or is it even... Does it even make sense to do so? Oh, okay, it does actually. Not bad of a truck. I don't even have a car. I'd be so happy if I got that thing. No, from what I see, he kinda tried to escape, so to say, all of this emotion by drawing and, you know, doing all the crazy stuff, not thinking about tomorrow or the consequences. Well, to me personally, that escape was always games. You know, it was something special. Especially online games, when I was talking to people, it was like I had friends. What did I just do and why? Okay, I'm trying to understand the point of making that jump. I don't seem to find it. Okay, I can't use that jump, which is weird, but okay. And I always forgot that it's toggle shift. Barbershop. You told me nothing about the barbershop yet, buddy. Oh, don't tell me I have to pick a butterfly for that. I might as well have to. What if I perform that butterfly jump where there are butterflies? Nothing. I don't know what I was expecting, with all honesty. Man, this game makes me think so much. I didn't sign up for this, I swear to God. I'm gonna have an emotional breakdown and start telling you all my background stories or something. Damn, this game is really good. What? So you can collect multiple of these guys? Okay. Damn. This is one platforming puzzle. The piano fits it so well. So now we have to not jump or we're screwed. Man, if I knew I could stack butterflies... Well, actually, I don't know what. Come Come on, tell me I can climb this rock without jumping. No, don't tell me I have to. Come on, Fox, come on. Yes, there we go. Oh boy, this is gonna be one big jump.
My friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was. And I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
What about the Fox's kids?
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Well, I will disagree. I feel like the end destination is, of course, an important thing, but it's the journey that makes that end destination barely anything. If you could just jump back to anything, to any goal that you set your mind to, without trying, it would lose all of its value. And matter of fact, I feel like, personally especially, in life, it's the journey that you take that defines you, defines who you are. I mean, personally, he said he wanted a way to escape, he wanted to do something that he felt like. And, well, this whole thing is also a way of me escaping. And what I'm talking about is not the games necessarily at this point, it's this channel. And the fact is, if, of course, I can surely say that, hey, I wish I would be making money from this. But if I jumped to that right away, then it wouldn't be so meaningful, so special anymore. You have to do something for yourself. I'll suppose that is the tree. I mean, what is essentially, like, just think about any goal that you want. Yeah, many people will say that they want to be rich or, but this is not what a job is. This is not what life is all about. It's about doing something that you like, learning something about yourself on the way. And I hope the sun is not ruining the camera. Or the brightness, so to say. Man, I'm sure as hell happy that I jumped into this game early in the morning. Now it's gonna set up the whole mood for the entire day. Perhaps I should have gone to that tree. Okay, wait, so let's go up that hill first. So is this summer, by the way? Because we are going through seasons. So it should be summer. You know, we started winter, then it was spring, I'll assume. Autumn is gonna be fun. I love rain. Or the atmosphere of rain. Man, my dreams are not like this. In my dreams, I usually do stuff that I do regularly. Okay, what is that supposed to be? Okay, stop running fast. We are gonna... I'm stuck. Oh, okay. Okay, 1 out of 3. That will make me think that I definitely missed something. I hope I did not. Shit. There was an option called commentary mode in this game. I wonder if that disables the people speaking or the music. I'm not gonna even try it because it's gonna ruin everything in my opinion. Like, without the music or without the dialogue, this game wouldn't be as good as it is.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real, growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts liked living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Okay, what did we miss here? Why is that light beacon showing that place again? I was just there. I can swear I was just there. Let me just check it out. And I feel like we detoured from the tree so much that I just want to go back to it to make sure that we are gonna not miss it, let's say. Yeah, why are you showing me that? I was there, wasn't I? That is bizarre. Yeah, I was here. Why are you still showing me this place? What am I supposed to do? Well, okay. I really feel like I didn't do something. Oh, what is that? A basket with a baby bed? I mean, I would say it's a bed, but maybe it's not. Okay, what is that sign? It's just, I want to make sure that I kind of see everything. Oh, he's an architect or something. This game is simply beautiful. Really, there is just not much to say about it. It's just so good. Not for the visuals or gameplay, the atmosphere. Just the fact that it makes you think is really something special. You know, that's what kind of makes me like gaming in general, all the games in general. My fucking eye is a little problematic. I like how the music stopped. Oh, okay. I'll presume we need to collect these things to proceed.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, it's just a mistake that people commonly make. It's normal not to realize that people care for you or try for you at times. You know, I just wish to everyone has that issue, or hasn't even realized that they have. Or realize like that there are people around them who do care before they lose them in a way. I mean, that applies for you too. Just think about it. Think about the people around you. It might be sometimes cringy, let's say. It might be annoying. Before I get that, I'll go take it out. Or whatever. And just say to yourself, what if they just do it because they care? You know? Give them a chance.
My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Yeah, it is definitely sometimes worth just spending time, you know, not talking. Sharing the silence, let's say. It is actually an important thing. Especially for those people like our protagonist here was talking. You know, the people who are used to being alone, the people who are just kind of shaped the way they live according to the fact that they have to entertain themselves. These people really value the silence. Talking will bore them out, and you know, sometimes people who talk too much wouldn't make a good impression or would even annoy them, I feel like. And there's nothing wrong with just sitting with someone and saying nothing, not a single word, just being happy that you are with that person, or just sharing that silence with that person. Oh, somebody got a gaming PC. Okay, so wait a minute. Yep, that is something different. What? Okay, I'll go to that one as the last one because that seems interesting. Ah, shit. I swear to God, guys, I'm not emotional. There's something in my eye. Oh, a radio. Ah, man. I'm gonna be thinking so much after this. I swear to God. Just pushing back some of my thoughts right now, just not to detract, like totally derail myself from all of this.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching. And then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes, the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. But then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Yeah, I kind of see how that exactly that routine thing scares people off, especially, you know, for people who establish something, getting to that routine was a goal. It was like the end point. Shit. It was like the end point. They built their careers, their jobs, their families to have that routine, to have that simplicity. But it's very normal because, you know, for you to want to leave that, as she said, as a teenager, just because of the fact that, you know, to establish a routine that you're gonna be able to live with, you need to first discover what you really like. What would make you feel better. Okay. Perhaps that jump was quite impossible. Before I take that, let's take this one. Because that one is definitely leading to the road. I have no clue how I got up there, but I did. Oh. Excuse me, what? Well, that's bizarre. Oh, nice blue tint you've got there. Come on, buddy. So some branches moved, I heard that. Okay, where the hell am I trapping myself in right now? Damn. This game is one hell of a journey. You know, I expected this to be, I don't know, a fox trying to survive. You know, a story of a fox going through, you know, these seasons and some hardships and stuff, especially with that beginning. With the kids and stuff, I was pretty sure that this was what I'm going for, what I'm signing in for. And then they do me like this. Wow, man. That totally twisted all of my expectations. Which brings me again to the most important question. Where are the rest of the fox's kids? Perhaps there's definitely, like, not perhaps, there's definitely a meaning behind this all fox looking for their kids and the fact that there are 3 of them and one of them is dead. So I'm thinking perhaps that's like a, not a trait of his, but I'm still working on that theory, just give me time. You know, the fact that the fox is taking a long journey to search for the missing two kids after seeing that the first one has died is just like perhaps our antagonist realizing his mistakes. Who died? Okay, that is interesting. So as I was saying, it's like our antagonist realizing the mistake was the first dead small fox and trying to, fix that or trying to make better relationships with his dad is the journey that our fox is taking to find the kids. But I don't know what those two are though. No, wait a minute. With that graveyard and stuff, he's talking about his father all the time. What about his mom? Did she die? Okay, I'm expecting that now in the next story that we get, that she's dead or something. Okay.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Oh. Now I see how this is. Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Shit. I want to get these stars. Oh man. That was a twist that I didn't expect. I was, oh my god, come on. I was pretty sure he was gonna talk about his mom being dead or something after seeing that tombstone, because, she was like, yeah, you can settle this down with your dad. I thought he was still alive, man. So yeah, perhaps that second dead child is then the fact that he can't fix his mistakes by apologizing because his dad is long gone. And perhaps the third child then is the fact that he can accept, and just accept all the mistakes he did and become at peace with himself. I'm just trying not to tear up at this moment. I'm sorry if I'm a little more silent. hope there's nothing that I'm missing. That would be a bummer. Okay, but where is the wolf? Oh,
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
I'm gonna check that part. I'm pretty sure that the way is there, but and what's the third bummer? Is Rachel actually not with him or something? I don't know, I'm expecting another twist, let's say. Is there really nothing here? Oh, okay, at least I know. Yep. There is nothing. Man, I really have goosebumps all over. Just because of that, you know, whole last two twists, let's say. It's not twists, but I hope you don't mind me calling them. Talk about goosebumps, man. Holy shit.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Oh. I'm happy that I didn't walk too far away. Is that a deer? What about my third kid? Where did the deer
You
go?
know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
I don't want to talk shit, but I feel like being, you know, so dependent, not letting go. You know, giving yourself goals like, never gonna forget, I'm gonna do this and this every day. While it sounds good, it sounds poetic, it's not healthy. You know, it's sad, yes, but you really have to let go. Sometimes you just have to accept it the way it is.
I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared?
Man, I'm just gonna shut up for a while.
I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more, I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you.
You know, I kind of feel I can't blame his dad either. Her dad either. Imagine, you know, military is already rough, and losing your wife on top of that might have been very hard. Although, of course, it's no way to deal with a situation, you know, alcohol, but you know, people can be broken.
Life got worse and worse, and at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words.
A door with a drawing? I mean, I don't want to undermine it. But if that's the thing that you found, it's like a door. Or a bike.
I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
See, that's the thing. No matter what, like how bad or how rough life goes, I feel like there's always a way to it. I don't want to say something like, oh, no matter what, it will be good. But just believe in that. Believe in that everything has a purpose, has a reason. And perhaps if you're feeling bad today, or have an awful situation or going through some bad stuff, perhaps it means that soon you'll have something better from this. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you'll find something inside of you, or a discovery of a value, I don't know, but just don't lose hope. Okay.
You have strength, Joseph. and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
I don't want to ruin this. Just imagine I start killing all these fears after that family speech. Hey there, buddy. You don't seem to give a... Holy shit, your hitbox is way off the roof. Ooh. Damn. See, as I was saying, we brought to that, everything kind of leads to something good. And now that family is mentioned, you know, past, you can't change it. You have to accept it. If you made a mistake, it's better to apologize if that person, of course, is still around. And don't be afraid to. You know, everybody makes mistakes. It's nothing like, oh, you made a mistake, now you're the worst person in life. By no means. And family, yes, with that I totally agree. I mean, it's one thing if you can find someone, just like Joseph and Rachel here, found each other, let's say, per not necessarily same pains. I don't want to say if you didn't have the same struggle or didn't share a struggle, you're not a good pair, but somebody who understands, somebody who cares, that means so much. Even if you're a person who's locking themselves in all the time. And I feel like that's the point of family. It's like a group of friends or like a team. People who are always there for you. Okay, it's gonna be a bummer if total stars are 100 and I don't get 100. If I like missed one, I'm gonna be disappointed in myself. Shit. Man, what is this game? This is not what I expected. And it just keeps dragging me down, not in a bad way, but... Oh, shit. Although I like how we were going down, and now that we are talking about all the positives, you know, like this stuff happens and stuff, we go up. It's symbolic, I like it. Fox physics. Shit. And just tell me now that I missed 2 stars, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Let me just check everything to be sure. Because turns out there are more than 100 stars. Oh no, did I miss something again? No, it's gonna make me question even more. I'll presume there's nothing behind that rock. You know what? My curiosity is just not letting me. It would have been a nice place for a secret. I'm just gonna leave that thought right here. Would have been a nice secret area. Although this game is not fitted for secrets. So it's actually better if it's a straightforward thing, you know, with slight detours. Yay, I got an achievement for 100 stars, but now I have 101. Okay, where's my third kid? What happened to the wolf? What is going on here? Oh no.
The fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the Jade Valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
I just messed that up. Excuse me, how can I get there? Don't tell me there's no way. Don't tell me there's no way to get up there. Come on, fox. Oh man. Oh man, come on. Is there a way to... Oh my god. Now I'm disappointed in myself. How did I miss that jump up? Whatever. That is a total bummer. Not gonna even lie. Can I backtrack perhaps? I mean, why would you make that a thing like that? Make that something that you cannot reach once you fall down. Don't tell me there's no way to get up there, please. I'm gonna break the damn game if I have to. I'm getting in there. Come on, fox. Using the forest skills to climb walls. Come on, baby, come on. Yes, yes. Yes, don't fall. Don't fall, come on. Come on, come on. No, 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 that is too steep. Okay, do I have a plan B? I suppose let's try to go as high as we can. Okay, at this point it's gonna be a space smashing thing. Come on, come on. I'm sorry to whoever developed this game that I'm breaking it right now, or just totally focused on this, but I mean, you could have made it a little easier, don't you think? Come on, hold on. Fuck. I can't. I am sorry, I can't just let this go. God fucking damn it. Come on. Come on. Yes, okay, so that was the first level. Is there a fall over there? I'm trying to figure out if there's like a way, if I mash left right in a certain way, it will trigger a jump. Well, nope. And I can't see shit though. Like the sunlight that we have outside is just too bright. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Let's try to make it to that island, let's say. No! Come! Oh, fuck you, Fox. What the fuck? Can't you jump? Oh, I'm not gonna let go. Oh, come on. Come the fuck on. You don't just do a place like this and expect people to be fine with it, do you? This game suddenly became the most annoying thing in the world. Come on, man. Jump. There we go. Okay, that is definitely. Come on, come on. There has to be a way. Just fucking jump, you fat fox. You fat fox. Well, I'm just gonna cut just that edge. If I can get to that edge, perhaps, then perhaps I can. Come on, that slope felt like it. Okay. You know, I'm just gonna let this be. I'm highly disappointed. You know, I'm highly disappointed. I just said, you know, before we entered the zone, that I like that it's linear, but it gives you also the exploration too. You don't feel like you have to detour too much and stray away from the story to get all the stars or whatever. But you know, this totally break that. And you know, okay, if you're not a collectionist, it's fine, and I'm not one too. But it's so annoying. Like, you could have at least made it possible to jump back up. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast, then got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture. And he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job, or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for. Even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with.
Yeah, that is true. It's not always easy. And I'm not just saying the cliche path to success is through hard work and stuff. You know, when it comes to art, it's something even more different. You know, you can't just say, wow, this person is skilled in art based on a grade or something.
My dad was super supportive with my college plans. To a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there. My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated him. Not only did it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain. I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
I mean, I can understand that. But then I feel like you can keep on pursuing a career like this, you know, while maintaining that job. I don't know, it's just me perhaps. Am I supposed to go up that house? Or where am I supposed to go? Or I think I see a light. Guide me. Oh. There's the guidance that I was looking for. Man, being a lumberjack must be hard. I hope I didn't circle all the way back. No? And the sound of the rain always makes me a little cold. Or feel cold, that's it. I want to wear something. Despite the fact that it's super sunny outside right now.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. Didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is hard. Just to imagine losing someone and you start thinking, like losing someone without knowing that he is about to die. Like, oh. I like how the rain stopped.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on Earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
I gotta say, this is one big tree. Damn, that's deep. Oh shit. Okay, that is a smart way to put that. Wow. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Holy shit. Wow, imagine the bummer of not getting the stars then. Oh, the first tree awakens and gently asks if there is one last message the fox wants to tell her children. Oh my god. Shit, okay. Just give me time to focus and not cry for 3 seconds, and I'm thinking, would be the last words? See, the story makes me want to say I'm sorry, because that's the thing, you know, that he wants to say to his dad. He never had a chance to. But I guess at this point we are the fox. Then again, I'm sorry, it's just such a shitty way.
guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
Man, I'm holding myself so hard not to break down at the moment, so sorry if I'm a little too silent. Damn. Oh. Okay, so you're gonna keep on beating me up, I suppose. Oh. Okay. I'm pressing E because I'm used to that. Am I doing something wrong? I can zoom. Shit. Is that Rachel over there? Rachel, you're right, your hand seems to be clipping. Okay, why did I wake up? What am I supposed to do? Oh. No. Yep. Okay, I really don't understand. I'm used to all of these first person moment keys that I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Department of what? Oh, army. So I woke up from the dream or something? What do I look at? There is nothing to press, nothing to click, no indications whatsoever. And I can't seem to be able to go outside either. Oh boy, I really am ruining this moment right now. What in the world is going on here? Hello? Don't tell me this is the ending and I can't do anything. Yeah, this is a window. Okay. Took me a while to realize, you know, it's a little too dark for my liking. Ah, can't see myself. Shit. Oh wait, did I wait, before I do anything. Damn, this is spooky. Nice fire pit. Is that supposed what? Uh-huh. Damn, I feel lost. Is there anything else? Can I wear a jacket? Can I get into the shed? Oh, here's the car. It's not totaled. And yeah, the hood is kinda not matching the car, I suppose. But whatever. Hey honey, goodbye. I'm just going out for a walk, I suppose. Oh, I remember this sign. Everything from my dreams is actually a reality. Oh, what is that? Mailbox. No trespassing. That is a way to live. Oh, I can run too. Okay. With no indications. Oh, just give me a second. Just realized that it might be a little too bright on my face. There we go. That should make the camera see me better. Where am I supposed to be? Can I have a flashlight, please? Damn, it's beautiful though. I don't get it why he doesn't like this place. I love nature. I would love to have a house like this. Oh. Is that the camping site that me and Dad used to go? Oh, what? Something over there as well. Oh.
What the hell?
Oh, that is a foxy fox. Is it gonna give us also a last chance? Last thing to say. Jesus. Ah, the birds are flying too. I really love nature. That's all I have to add to this. lovely tree. I already know what it is. Okay, I'm fine. Okay. Oh, damn it. Well, I suppose I got the first part right of that final text. I mean, yeah, in terms of the sorry that I wanted to write, it was regarding the I wish I could protect you or something. Oh, so wait. So wait, does that mean that the message that you see is actually the message that somebody else wrote? Would you like to anonymously submit your statement to the first tree to an online moderated database? It might appear randomly to other players. Yes, I mean, yes, why not? It's simple. It's simple. I love you. I feel like there is nothing more to say, but holy shit. You know, when that tree and the fox part ended, at the moment I was like, perhaps they should have ended at the fox part. But that was such a nice touch at the end that you can see others typing, and holy shit, whoever, if that is a person who wrote that tree thing, man, props to you. You really outdid yourself. And hey, I love you is definitely the thing to write. Oh god damn it. Oof. Well, that was an emotional roller coaster. With all honesty, I did not expect anything like this. I expected this to be, I don't know, some happy adventure or something, you know. When the first small the cub, when the first cub was dead, I was like, okay, perhaps this is gonna be one of those, you know, dark turned, you know, adventures which will end good, but the ending is good, but still, holy shit, man. I don't know what to say. Like, there's a lot to take in from this story now regarding the story itself, but what you have to take personally, like, I'm definitely gonna be sitting and thinking over everything I made, every word I said after this. Holy shit. This is such a wonderful experience. I cannot suggest you try it more. Like, I cannot suggest it more. Just do it. Just, it's so unique. I can't even say anything, but if I had to give out a message after this, it would be that, again, take a look around yourself. No matter how bad things are, it will be good. There is always a good outcome. Like he talks about his childhood here. I feel like most of us had. And you know, especially, I don't want to say games are always the means of escape and everybody who plays them is trying to escape something. No, but for me personally, it was always like that. And just take care. Take care around the people that are for the people that you have around yourself, you know. Don't worry, everything is gonna be better no matter how bad it looks. There's always a tomorrow, there's always a possibility. And most importantly, just don't ignore people who care for you, especially in your family. I can't speak. I'm lost for words. I wish you all a wonderful day. I hope you don't have any issues with your parents or close ones, and if you do, just go and talk to them. Just say sorry. I don't know. I don't know. Were those kids were not there, were they? Man, anyways, I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you in another video, hopefully, guys. Have a nice day. Goodbye.